Hello, everyone. Oh, whoop, hang on. Okay, there might be a little echo there for like 3 seconds, but I think I caught it in time. So, hello. I'm excited to be here with you today. I know it's super early compared to what we usually do, so I appreciate you guys being with me today, too. There's apparently a really, really long delay, so I still don't see myself on there yet. So, yeah. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see me. I don't see. There I am. Okay. That's how long the delay is. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I was going to skip today since we didn't have a video last week, and I thought, well, we'd just skip and then pick up for the rest of the weeks, but next week is super close to Christmas, so I didn't want to do that. Like the rest of, oh, sorry, Deb. Like the rest of the U.S., right now we are getting like out of control warm weather. So our high today is supposed to be 45, and I think our high is typically this time of year, it's in the high 20s, 28, 29, something like that. So it's going to be very, very warm today. And we decided to take advantage of that and take our little scamp trailer out today. So yay! It's going to be our first time, and we are nervous and excited, and we're probably going to freeze because it is still like 30 degrees overnight. But we have a really nice sleeping bag that's rated for 0 degrees, and it's nice and warm. So I think we'll be fine, when we're sleeping. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, so we're leaving as soon as we're done here today. But I'm not in a hurry, so don't worry. Whatever you guys want to talk about, that's what we'll talk about. I do want to just kind of give you guys a little bit of an update. Those of you who are or were in the YouTube membership program as opposed to in Patreon. So I made a post the other day saying that on the 18th, so that is, what day is that? Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I'm actually going to be shutting down the YouTube membership thing. And if you want to be, still in the support group and join in these events and everything, then you'll need to come over onto Patreon. And if you choose not to, or if you choose to go to the $1, I don't have a tongue today. Or if you choose to go to the $1 level on Patreon, that is all perfectly fine too. It won't feel bad. But I did want to kind of tell you why that is happening without going into too much detail, because it'll get me all riled up again. So basically, YouTube has a system, and it has worked for me in the past, and it's been great. The system is made to detect if somebody is stealing your copyrighted material, as far as like, if somebody's playing your music. Or in my case, the way I've used it is it's shown me that people have downloaded my videos and re-uploaded them. And so I was able to take action on that and get that taken care of. What's been happening lately is that, like if I get that taken care of, if I tell somebody, okay, that's my video, and I, come after them for them, they get what's called a copyright strike. You get 3 strikes, and then your channel is deleted. And with that, you can never create a new channel. It's gone. I had this company coming after me saying that I was stealing their music. When, long story short, as it turns out, the music they're claiming I stole is actually, they stole it. So it's this whole long thing, and I got a copyright strike, and I was furious. And it's a piece of music I use a lot, so I was getting hit one right after the other, and I was like, at this rate, I'm not going to have a channel by the end of the week. I will have my channel deleted. Everything will be gone, and I will never be able to come back. And I was freaking out. And I know this is happening to a lot of YouTubers. But unlike a lot of people on YouTube, I have the luxury of having someone I can contact and say, this is wrong and I need to have a phone call with you. We need to talk about this. And so I did. In the meantime, I got 2 more that were about to turn into copyright strikes, and those would have been my 3rd. And I would not be speaking to you right now. I would be without a channel, period. And I was like, you know what? YouTube doesn't care that this is happening. I was being treated as if I were in the wrong. And so I was very angry, and I was like, I'm not going to let YouTube have part of your money that you are donating to me because they are not supporting me. And if they're not going to support me, I'm not going to support them. Thankfully, it has been being taken care of right now. It's a big, long story. It's been a really rough week. I have painted all of maybe 20 minutes this entire week because this has been so upsetting and really hard to deal with. But it is being taken care of, thankfully. So, yeah. But in the meantime, you know, I just want to kind of separate just a little bit from YouTube in that way, because just because it's being taken care of right now doesn't mean that it's all gone and that this isn't going to be an issue anymore. So anyway, so that's why the YouTube membership thing is going away. I know the little stars are going away, and that's sad because I like those, but it will be easier in the long run, I think, to just kind of have all you guys like it's not poor Jane. I mean, I signed up for this, right? I could be working at the last job that I had that I absolutely hated, with a boss that I absolutely hated, and I'm not. So I would rather deal with this crap than that. Anyway, so yeah, it's all being taken care of, and it's great for now. But yeah, it'll be great to have you guys all kind of housed under one area again, and, you know, just kind of alleviate some of that confusion and everything. So yeah. But I'm excited to be here with you guys today. And, yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? Tell me about what you've done all week. Lisa, you are a star in all of our minds. You guys are all stars. Tell me about what you've been doing. I haven't been painting much. But I am taking kind of a watered down version of my paint supplies with me this weekend, and I'll be doing a little bit of painting while we're out camping. And no, okay, please don't do that, Deb. And I know there's already been a couple of people who have done that. That's not necessary. I really appreciate that. You guys are so incredibly sweet to me, but really you don't need to cancel your YouTube. If you're in both of them, I've asked you from the beginning to not be in both of them, but please don't cancel one and then add it on top of the other. That's absolutely not necessary. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much more than you know. Thank you. Thank you. No, but please don't adjust your Patreon amount for both. You know, maybe someday I'll be able to come up with something. This piece of hair is really making me crazy, but I don't want to look like a dork with 2 baby barrettes. So I'm just like trying to deal with it. I can't decide if I want to grow my bangs out. I forgot what I was saying, man. Oh yeah, I'm going to do some painting while we are, there's really not much I can do about it. You're right. I appreciate that, Katrina. Thanks for pointing that out. Anyway, I'll be doing some painting. Where we're going is, it's really, really beautiful, and I'm hoping to get some good inspiration from it. It's a little place called Antelope Island, if you guys have ever heard of that. It's an island that's in the Great Salt Lake, and it's really cool. So I'm excited. Really beautiful. You know, the sunsets are beautiful. The sunrises are beautiful. There's lots of animals, and That's true. It doesn't matter what I look like when I'm going camping, but I do have to like go to the grocery store. I have an itch under my bun here. Using scissors, maybe. Oh my gosh, that's just gonna make me crazy. I'm gonna have to take my pony out because I can't get to it. Yeah, but think about me at night, you know, when you're warm in your bed. Just hope that I'm also warm and I'm not freezing my butt off. But we're close and we'll be close enough to home that if it's too cold, we can just go home. It's not a big deal. Donna says, I canceled YouTube a while ago, but if your subscribers don't cancel it, will YouTube still get their money? So whether you cancel it or not, I will be canceling it on the 18th. If you're still signed up for it, from what I understand, I read about it, and from what I understand, it will be prorated. So like if you, just to make it easy, you paid $5 and then half of the month later I cancel it, it will be prorated and the other half of your $5 will be refunded to you. That's the way I understand it. It's a completely automated process that YouTube does. So hopefully that is how it works. If you don't cancel, you'll just be canceled when I cancel it and you'll get your refund. So, yeah. So don't worry about that. Take some photos. I will. I promise to get some photos and share them with you guys. And yeah, I'll probably be a photo snapping fool all weekend. So my palette knives, I thought about that, but our camper is like this big, so I don't have a lot of room. There's not a lot of storage space. It's a very, very teeny little place. So I don't know where I would put palette knives and everything. Maybe next time. And if I decide, oh, I have to have my palette knives, I'll just run home and get them. It is seriously that close. So it's not too bad. Put an emergency blanket in my sleeping bag. Ooh, or under it. That's a good idea, Pat. That's a good idea. We also have Olaf, who is a fat dog. A large fat dog, and I'm sure that he will insist on sleeping on our bed, which is this big, so both of us and our humongous dog. It's gonna be, we'll be plenty warm, I think. No, Sylvie, it will be fine. The YouTube membership, you know, the group that I have on there, it's a pretty small group anyway. So, no, it will be, don't worry. Please don't worry about me, you guys. I promise. If it were like the difference between paying my bills and not, I'd be like, well, I guess I better suck up my pride and just leave it. So it will be fine, I promise. Donna wants to do a watercolor which calls for gouache. Can you use watered down acrylic? Yes, I believe so. Since you're using it on paper, you can use watered down acrylic. It will soak into the paper and it should be fine. Even if it does re-wet a little bit, gouache would re-wet a little bit. So it will really just be pretty much the same type of thing. We were talking about in chat just before we started broadcasting, we were talking about watercolor, and some of you guys were saying that you really want to learn watercolor. And I mentioned that something I've been working on for quite a while now. And, you know, sometimes I go through phases where I put a lot of energy into it. And then phases where I just kind of think about it. And then I put a lot of energy into it again. And then I just kind of think about it. But that is kind of using watercolor, not so much like, here's a watercolor technique. Here's how you paint with watercolor. But more about just kind of feeling and using watercolor as a way to kind of relax and almost meditate. So that's something I really want to put out in the new year. And I think the cool thing about that is it's a really great way to kind of figure out what it does. So if you've never used watercolor before, just kind of playing around with no sense of, you know, purpose is really going to help you know how to move the paint and what the paint does and how it reacts to the paper and other colors and the amount of water and all of that stuff. And I mean, that's really kind of how I learned to paint with acrylic, was just kind of messing like that. And you learn so much. Even if you feel like you're not learning anything, you learn so much. And then you can turn it around and start learning like actual techniques. What is gouache? So Jennifer, gouache it's like opaque watercolor. So it's kind of like a mix between watercolor and acrylic. It's opaque like acrylic, but it's water soluble like watercolor. So I only have one tube of gouache. I don't even have it over here. And it's just white. So like I'll use gouache for little details at the end if I want like a white highlight. Then I can just paint the white gouache over top of it. But you could use acrylic too. If you can, oh yeah, Lisa, yeah, no, my channel's not going anywhere. So yeah, the channel's not going anywhere. All my videos will still be there. That it will all still be just like it has been. You just won't have the ability to pay to be part of a support group through YouTube anymore. That's the only difference. Everything else is staying the same. Videos aren't going anywhere because I didn't get my 3rd copyright strike and get kicked off of YouTube. Yeah, so nothing else is changing. I'm just not going to be accepting money through YouTube anymore. Yeah. So yeah, Donna, I think you're perfectly fine to use white acrylic. Absolutely. In fact, it might be easier if you have like, I mean, it's not necessary, but it might be easier if you have like the Liquitex soft body. So the liquid watercolor, that would probably be easier. But yeah, you don't have to worry about how much you're watering it down when you're painting on paper. So don't worry about it. You could really take acrylic paint and use it like watercolor on paper all by itself. Just wet it down and, you know, I mean, it's going to act a little bit different. It's certainly going to look different. It's going to look a little more like gouache. But yeah, you can do that. Oh man, my neck really hurts. And I'm pretty sure that sleeping in my camper that's that big. Did I mention that? That's going to suck tonight. So yeah, lots of questions today, guys. Yay. What other questions do you have? What else do you want to talk about? Hello, Michelle. Welcome. That's okay. Better late than never. Oh, Michelle, I don't want to go into the whole big thing again. You can rewind and listen, but I did explain why I made the post about I'll be shutting down the YouTube membership. There were some questions, so hopefully I answered all of them. If any of you guys still have questions about it after, just leave it in the comments on this video, and I'll get back to you. Why does watercolor give you white? You know, that's a good question, Donna. I don't really know. I've used the P.H. Martin white, and it's a little on the, of course, most of the P.H. Martins, they're a little bit more opaque than regular watercolor anyway. But I have used the P.H. Martins to, you know, fade stuff out. Like I've shown you guys, this might be gouache, actually. I've shown you guys this before and how I did some negative painting, like right here. So that was all bright pink like this, and I painted white over it around the tree. I think I may have started with the P.H. Martins, and then I got gouache and finished it with that. But why there's white watercolor when it's really transparent, I don't really know. I don't know. What do I have in store for you in 2019? Man, I don't know, Katrina. A lot of times I don't know 1 week from the next what I'm doing. Like, sometimes I don't know until the day before what I'm even painting for the week. And then I'm like, oh, that's what I'll paint. I do want to focus a little bit more on maybe bringing a little bit more technical. I don't mean more technical than what I've done in the past, but maybe focusing on some of the technical aspects of painting, but trying to do so in a way that doesn't make a video last for 4.5 hours. Because I've tried to build kind of a balance between, I'm going to teach you these techniques, but then you also really want to paint a painting. So now we have a 2-hour video, all because I wanted to show you this technique, and then we ended up doing this painting. So just kind of finding a way to bring videos that are just a little bit shorter. I'm not talking about making 20-minute videos. I'm talking about trying to keep it between 30 and 45 minutes on average. But really incorporating some technical, a little bit more technical ability. Because in the past, when the videos have been really short, they've been really simple, not a lot of technique. So that's just something I've been kind of thinking of. I would like to blog more, but I don't want to have a boring blog that's just like, hi, read this. Now you read my blog. I want it to be more, I want you to get something out of it. So I really need to get that whole stuff with YouTube this week really took up a lot of my time. I was supposed to get my blog post out, but I haven't yet, and it's done. So as soon as we get back from camping, I will get the videos out to you guys. There's 3 quick little videos that go with it. They're seriously like between 2 and 5 minutes each. They're super short. And they're just like little exercise videos. And then we will, I'll put the blog post out. I do have a couple other things that are really just like germs of an idea right now, but that are things that I really want to put quite a bit of muscle behind in 2019 and try to get out. So, yeah, as long as I don't have to deal with this stuff that I've been dealing with too much longer, I should absolutely be able to really get my shoulder behind that and get that moving. So I'm excited for it. I hope you guys would be too. I'm sure some of you will be, and some of you will be like, I just miss the old videos. And that's fine, because we all have different goals. Let's see. Ebrew art. No, I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I haven't touched the abstract yet. It's been, like I said, this has been it's been a really horrible week, you guys. It has not been a wonderful week. So that is also on my agenda for as soon as we get back. We're only going to be gone for just a couple nights, so I won't be gone for like a week or anything. But that is coming for sure. Add the link to the blog. Yeah, and if you ever lose it, it's just on my website. So it's just paintingwithjane.com/blog. But yes, as soon as I have that post up, I will post it to you guys. Here, I'll put it in here, the URL, paintingwithjane.com/blog. There you go. Don't ever tell anybody I just sang. What? Oh, and he's threatening to tell. That was really rude. And I married that jerk. Yeah, it's the loose video. Yeah, the loose painting blog has 3 little videos that go with it. And they were really fun to paint, or they were really fun to film. And it was fun for me because it was a lot of things that I tell you guys to do that I don't necessarily do myself because I don't need to. Because I'm not afraid to, you know, hold my brush all the way at the end. I know a lot of you guys, not all of you, but some of you really struggle with that. It's really uncomfortable and you don't want to do it. And so, you know, you have a hard time holding your brush way at the end. I don't. So I don't have to do the type of things that I make you do in the video to make myself more comfortable with it. But it was really fun to do that. So I hope that you guys enjoy it too. Oh yes, and a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and everything to you guys too. This has been a good year. It's been a challenging year in, you know, in some ways. But I am for sure excited to see what happens in 2019. Yeah, and I'm glad that I hope that you guys will all be with me in 2019 so we can do some of the fun things that I've really been wanting to do. And yeah. Oh, good girl, Deb, because that is happening. That is a thing that happened. I did notice it did make my hand sore, which I didn't expect. I only have a tiny little brush here. But so for those of you who might not have been here, yes, that's right. I taped a paintbrush to my hand and I'm telling you to do it too. So oh, my ponytail holder just broke. That's hilarious. I taped the paintbrush to my finger like that and painted with it, the big long one. And it made my hand so sore. It really kind of hurt. So I took it off and then I taped it to a different finger and, you know, just kind of did a little bit of adjusting. But yeah, so just tape it to your finger. And then that way when it's not taped to your finger, you'll be like, it's so much easier to do this because it doesn't hurt to hold it clear at the end. Jennifer found a video of somebody painting trees with a fan brush, and they were painting so loose it was almost uncomfortable to watch. That sounds really interesting. Oh no, did you lose us, Sylvie? Are you back? Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next year. We'll have a good time. So what else do you guys have? I need a new ponytail holder, apparently. That was bizarre. I was sitting here and it felt like somebody walked up behind me and went, flick. But clearly I can see that there's not somebody standing behind me. So that was awkward. Yeah, you could try that, Deb. The point here, though, is to help build the muscle memory. So I do show you another way that you can do it without taping the brush to your hand. So, but that's really for those of you who are, you know, you might start clear here where I'm telling you to start, but then as you go, you start doing this thing, and then pretty soon you're down here. Taping it is for those of you who do that. The other one is for those of you who just need a reminder to hold it far back. So, but try both of them and see what you think. I thought they were both really fun to do. So, oh, thanks, Michelle. Guys, look how long my hair is. I can't even believe that. My hair hasn't been this long in almost 10 years. And even then, that was the longest it had been in about 10 years. So, oh, acrylic painting techniques. Yeah, I think I've seen that one. I think I've seen that one before. Oh, bye, Lisa. It was good to see you. Yeah. Maybe we'll wrap this up. You know, we're just kind of, unless you guys have any specific questions, we can hang out for a minute more, but otherwise we can wrap it up. We've about 30 minutes now. We very well may not do this next weekend because it's only a couple of days before Christmas, and I'm sure you guys have things that you want to do with your friends and family. But we will do, for those of you in the $15 group on Patreon, we will do live directed on the 29th. So we won't do it this weekend, but we'll do it on the 29th. So, because I doubt many of you are celebrating New Year's very early. I don't know. Maybe some of you do New Year's parties on the 29th, but yeah, so that's what we'll do. So, all right. Well, then I'm going to go freeze my butt off on an island. And I will talk to all of you guys here in the next couple of days. I'll post the blog videos to you guys. So, all right, everyone, have a good time. Enjoy the warm weather if you're getting it. And I will talk to you very soon. And if I don't talk to you before then, happiest of holidays to all of you. And I appreciate you all. So have a good one, guys.